commence sur une nouvelle enquête, tombée dans le panneau.
Phelps, Bukowski, you have a new case. 2 women, possible drink drive.
How is that a case?
The broad says she was doped and that somebody tried to kill her.
Where did this take place?
That's the bit you're gonna love. Right across the street.
What?
The Chevy Style line took a nosedive off the escarpment, fetched up underneath a Cola King billboard. Up to it, boys. We got bad guys to catch.
Straight through the red light. Said she never saw it.
See you later, fellas. Try not to work too hard.
Look at you bantering with the boys. Brings a tear to my eye watching my caterpillar grow wings.
I'm just trying to fit in.
J'aime bien la petite blague.
Educated, hardworking, straight as an arrow. I hate to break it to you, Cole, but you'll never fit in at Central.
Rien à récupérer ici? Peut-être des journaux, hein. J'ai jamais fouillé. Commissariat. En tout cas, le jeu est vraiment cool, hein. Les premières heures que j'ai fait. Déjà, j'ai fait des streams plutôt longs, hein. La première fois, c'était 2h45, un peu plus même. Et la dernière fois, c'était plus de 3 heures de stream, hein. Donc, on est à presque 7 heures de jeu en seulement de stream. Non, on est à plus de 6 heures de jeu plutôt. Ah, on est à peu près 6 heures quoi. En 2 heures de stream, en deux streams, c'est pas mal, hein. C'est au-dessus de ma moyenne. Ça se voit que j'apprécie le jeu. Ouais, désolé. T'es au milieu aussi. Yo les gars. À 8 heures pile. Je suis bien précis dans les temps, moi.
Her face looks familiar.
Well, that's June Ballard. Tarzan's sister, Beast of the Amazon. She's married to Guy McAfee. The captain has moved to Vegas now, but the two of them still have juice. Phelps, traffic.
Detective Phelps. Hey, Bukowski. Long time no see.
You could have called this in by megaphone, Enrique. Phelps, this is Enrique Gonzalez. Enrique was a pretty decent middleweight.
What do we have, Gonzalez?
Broad drives right through the empty lot and off the side of the escarpment. Her story is that a movie producer doped her and her friend and sent the car over the cliff.
Was anyone hurt?
Driver's beat up. Not too bad considering. If she hadn't hit that billboard, we'd be scraping both of them off the pavement. Passenger's a Jessica Hamilton. She's just a kid. She's pretty knocked around.
Kid gonna be all right?
I think so. They've taken her to Central Receiving. If you want to take a look around, you can stall the ambulance.
Thanks. Do that.
One more thing. Watch out for the driver. She cuts rough.
Ok. Donc au moins aucun mort, ça c'est cool. Ok, intéressant. Maintenant comment on descend? Ah, comme ça. Voilà, c'est comme ça. Oh, les voitures elles saoulent là. Toujours un klaxonné dans ce jeu. Parce qu'ils respectent pas les feux rouges, c'est pour ça.
You'll want to see this, Phelps. There, laid out on the trunk. And that isn't even the best part.
Looks like they're lucky they weren't more badly injured.
Must have been unconscious. Being relaxed tends to lessen the soft tissue damage.
Et ça c'est vrai ça. Il faut savoir que ça je l'ai appris il y a presque 15 ans. Si, il y a même 15 ans. J'étais tombé dans les pommes une fois, dehors. Et je suis tombé là, bah du coup j'étais dehors, je suis tombé la tête la première. Et quand on dit que le monde est petit, bah il y a quelqu'un que ma mère connaissait qui était juste à côté. Et j'étais avec ma mère aussi. Et ma mère, elle a commencé à paniquer parce que je m'étais cogné le sol. Et elle lui a dit, non mais quand on est... le corps résiste mieux quand on est inconscient. Oh, c'est ça qui devait m'intéresser. Ma chère Jessie, je t'en supplie, rentre à la maison. Attends. Est-ce qu'il y a d'autres choses? Ne t'en fais pas pour ton père, tout est pardonné. Il s'emporte facilement, il est parfois très fier, mais tu seras toujours sa petite fille chérie et il t'aime. Il sait qu'il ne pensait pas un mot de ce qu'il a dit. Tu es une gentille fille et honnête avec ça. Hollywood n'est pas fait pour toi. Moi aussi j'ai eu 15 ans et j'ai voulu ressembler à des vedettes comme Clara Bow. Pour porter de jolies robes et embrasser des hommes séduisants. Et puis j'ai grandi, épousé ton père et compris que cette vie ne m'aurait pas rendue heureuse. Toi aussi, un jour tu t'en rendras compte. Je suis sûr que ta tante Junie s'occupe bien de toi. Mais c'est plus fort que moi, je me fais du souci. Le monde est un endroit très dangereux pour une jeune fille qui a des étoiles plein les yeux. Les étoiles sont belles à regarder, mais leur lumière peut nous éblouir et nous empêcher de voir la réalité. C'est beau, hein, ce qu'elle dit. Hein. Tu manques beaucoup à Emma et Molly. Emma est de plus en plus jolie, et la petite Molly est futée comme tout. Elle me fait penser à toi à son âge. Elles ont grand besoin de leur grande sœur pour veiller sur elles. Ma chère Jessie, je t'en prie, reviens à la maison. J'ai peur pour toi, j'ai un très mauvais pressentiment, ne m'en veux pas. Je pleure tous les soirs en pensant à toi. Ta mère qui t'aime, Camille Hamilton.
She's a long way from home. They've been torn off. Where did you find them?
They were stuffed in the young lady's handbag. I'll run a trace for semen when I get back to the lab.
Genre on peut s'amuser avec. Ah ouais. Ok, on a la plaque.
Drunk driver?
Maybe not.
How so?
Well, a head I found without a body piqued my interest. See what you think.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. Is it real?
No. I think it's supposed to be a replica of an Indian shrunken head. It's some kind of curio or movie prop. See the casting marks?
What's it made from?
Plaster of Paris would be my first guess, then painted.
So we can rule out the murder angle?
No, you can rule that in. That thing was wedging the accelerator to the floor. Whoever did it wanted these women dead.
Ok.
Just when I think I've seen it all.
How does someone manage to tip their ride straight off a cliff? If the driver's in a fit state, we should ask.
Find anything interesting?
Bon, on va remonter. En plus, il n'y a plus la musique d'investigation, donc peut-être qu'il n'y a rien d'autre à faire à part l'interrogatoire. Peut-être qu'il n'y a aucun indice en haut. Non, bah on va aller interroger.
Mrs. McAfee, we would like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
I prefer to use my maiden name, June Ballard. You might be familiar with some of my work.
Can you tell us what happened here?
You're kind of cute for a cop. maybe a bit on the
McAfee.
serious side.
C'est le
What
truc de
about me,
protection.
June?
C'est
I'm
un
a
truc
big
anti-virus.
fan of
You?
Beast of...
I don't like. Keep out of this.
Conductrice prétendument.
We understand that
enrôlée.
you're still suffering from the effects of the accident, Mrs. McAfee. The officer says that you claimed that you were drugged. Who did this to you?
That rat slipped us a Mickey Finn. It's no wonder I feel so dopey. I can't remember.
Est-ce qu'on force un peu ou j'ai envie d'intimider hein?
It's a serious offense to withhold information from the police during a criminal investigation, madam.
I told you to call me June. You're making me feel like an old lady. And don't bother your handsome head about this. My husband will settle the score with Mark Bishop.
Bon, je pense que c'était pas une bonne idée. J'aurais dû lui parler normalement.
What can you tell us about the passenger in your car?
Jessica Hamilton. Poor Jessica. It's been a rough day for her. She's desperate to break into movies. What more can I say?
How old is Jessica, Mrs. Ballard?
I couldn't say how old Jessica is. Old enough, sweetheart, as the saying goes.
We found a shrunken head. It was used to tamper with your car.
You see, I normally don't drive off cliffs. The last thing I remember is getting behind the wheel.
Là, il ment clairement.
It's obviously some kind of movie prop. You must know where it came from.
In case you hadn't noticed, I am the talent. And the talent doesn't deal with props or sets or any of that kind of stuff. Why
Mais
don't
j'ai
you
tout
ask
faux,
Mark
j'ai l'impression.
Bishop which prop house he uses?
You mentioned a Mark Bishop.
J'ai l'impression
Think
que
he
j'ai
might
tout
have had
faux.
something to do with this?
He is a movie producer. As for his involvement, you just leave it to me and my husband to worry about.
It's not going to play that way, Mrs. McAfee. We'll take it from there.
Relax, detective. You're not nearly as cute when you're mad.
Mrs. McAfee, I think it would be in
Ah,
everyone's
2 sur 4,
best
c'est vrai.
interest if you accompanied Patrolman Gonzalez back to the receiving hospital.
I'm going to be okay. These guys can take me home after. My lawyer and I have talked to the news hounds.
Mrs. McAfee, you are still under the influence of narcotics, and you're likely to go into shock once the drugs wear off.
And I thought you were a heel. It's nice of you to be concerned.
I think we're good here. Let's go see what we can shake out of the kid.
Il faut qu'on aille voir la gamine à l'hôpital. C'est ça? Ça fait longtemps qu'on n'a pas entendu klaxonner. Bah tiens. Je vais que je dise ça pour que ça klaxonne. Et viens mon pote. J'ai l'impression que je l'ai bugué en passant par des raccourcis. Ah mais c'est juste là l'hôpital, je sais pas. Ah c'est l'hôpital central, ok, c'est l'hôpital du central. C'est pas l'hôpital de la ville. Ok, excusez-moi.
Hello,
Pardon
Detective
me.
Phelps, here to interview a Jessica Hamilton.
Jessica Hamilton. Oh, yes. She's in the room, right behind you, Detective.
You can't hold me here. No! I don't need to be manhandled by a doctor. I need my lawyer! Hey! Where is the telephone? Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I
Feeling better
am?
since this morning, Jessica?
A little. My head still feels swimmy.
Hello, Doctor. I'm Detective Phelps. You're attending to the young lady from the auto accident?
Yes. She's conscious now, but I doubt she'll remember much. She's still feeling some of the after effects.
Jessica was drugged?
She certainly was. Chloral hydrate would be my guess, and there's clear evidence of abuse. She's still a minor, Detective.
Someone planned a double murder to cover up a statutory rape? Swap 7 years for life and gets Guy McAfee on their case? Doesn't make much sense to me.
I guess it depends on what they had to lose.
La pauvre.
Optimistic, Cole. Seems irrelevant.
Ok. « 15 ans. Elias Wabli. Trauma crânien et blessure causée par un accident de voiture. Traces d'hydrate de chloral dans le sang, contusion externe au niveau des parties génitales et autres indications.
Just standing around here looking at me, not saying anything.
Non mais je regarde, attends. Tu vois bien que je suis en train de lire le truc. Tiens, Mystic Tales encore.
Doesn't tell me anything.
Attends, mais un truc que j'ai pas regardé là-dedans alors. Ah, ok. Je sais pas pourquoi ça l'a pas compté tout à l'heure.
Hello, Jessica. My name is Cole Phelps. I'm a policeman. I'd like to talk to you about your accident, if that's okay.
Okay.
Can you tell me what you remember about the crash?
It's all kind of fuzzy. I remember waking up here. Nothing happened yesterday.
Il ne s'est rien passé, mais... Alors là, je sais pas si... Je vais pas l'intimider, ça sert à rien. On va pas l'intimider alors que... Voilà ce qu'elle vient de supporter. C'est moi, ce qu'elle vient de supporter, c'est horrible. Donc on va pas l'intimider, mais elle ment. Amadoué, c'est penser de dire la vérité, donc faudrait que j'accuse, mais... J'accuse comment ? Je pourrais dire les sous-vêtements, mais le problème c'est que j'ai peur. En plus c'était dans son sac, donc si... J'ai pas envie de lui en parler, mais bon.
Tell the truth, Jessica. Why the big cover-up?
I'm not lying to you.
La pauvre, ce qu'elle a subi.
We found your
Vraiment le pire des crimes, ça.
handbag, Jessica. You need to tell us what happened.
The doctor told me what happened. I didn't want that. I just wanted to be a star, to be in movies. I told
Maman
you
avait
what
raison.
happened, and she told me to toughen up. That was the price of stardom.
Did she now, cold-hearted bitch?
It's not Junie's fault. It's not my first time. I had a boyfriend back home, but my father found out about him.
Even if you consented, Jessica, you're still underage. We need to get in touch with your parents, Jessica, to tell them what has happened.
Oh, you don't need to worry them. They sent me along to stay with Aunt June. They trust her to take care of me.
Ah ouais? Attends. Est-ce qu'on n'a pas moyen de relire ce qui était écrit à... Attendez. J'ai essayé de trouver sur internet. S'il y a moyen de lire la lettre.
You're making me uncomfortable. Just stand.
Ah tiens, est-ce que là-dedans il n'y a pas la lettre? Même si bon, je l'ai lu sur internet. Non, il n'y a pas.
Around here looking at me, not saying anything.
Ouais, on accuse.
You're lying, Jessica. How are we going to make this right if you lie to us?
Please, detective, why would I lie to you?
On va te présenter la lettre.
Because you're a runaway, Jessica, and you don't have your parents' permission to be here.
Voilà.
Now, do you want to tell me what really happened?
I went with Junie to this strange place. It's difficult to remember. Someone gave me a drink to calm my nerves, and then I felt faint. I think I must have passed out.
How did you meet Mr. Bishop?
Well, Junie is a big movie star. You probably know that. She's doing a new movie.
Punaise, mais elle ment encore, mais... Bon, après, c'est normal, c'est... Bien d'être victime d'un crime horrible, comme j'ai dit, pour moi, c'est le pire crime. Donc forcément... Mais est-ce qu'on l'intimide, là? Parce que j'ai pas de preuves. Et elle ment, donc... Mais en fait, intimider, ça a une connotation négative. Et j'ai peur de... justement de la brusquer, quoi. J'ai peur de la brusquer si on intimide, mais... Écoute, j'intimide.
What's the story with Bishop and Mrs. McAfee? Why does he want the two of you dead?
That can't be true. Mr. Bishop seemed very happy today. I mean, yesterday.
And that's why he wedged a shrunken head against the accelerator pedal and punted the two of you over an escarpment?
I overheard Junie speaking to him on the phone a couple of times. Screaming, really. She can be very hard sometimes, Junie. But they seemed okay yesterday, like they worked it out.
I know what happened to Jessica. Where exactly did it take place?
Please, it's scary. It's really difficult to think of anything.
Oh, elle est encore en train de baisser les yeux, elle ment encore, mais... J'ai pas envie, j'ai pas envie. Oh là là, c'est horrible. Regarde. Elle ment, mais... Elle ment, mais... Et amadoué, je peux pas.
I really need you to help me here.
I remember the mermaid.
Was the mermaid in the movie too?
No, it was on the front of a building. We pulled up in front of the mermaid.
Ok, un bâtiment avec une...
Been a big help. Here's my card.
Sirène.
If you think of anything or you need some help, just get in touch, okay?
Okay.
I think it might be a good idea if you went back home till you felt better, Jessica.
I couldn't do that, officer. What if I got the part and I wasn't there?
Oh là là, elle est vraiment... obsédée par ça, la pauvre. Ah, c'est horrible. Ah, j'ai pas regardé combien j'ai fait de trucs juste.
It's the tale of this town, Cole. Lambs that go willingly to slaughter. Who the hell is that?
Must be her lawyer. He certainly expedited her release.
I don't like it, Cole. Why is she in such a hurry? We should follow her.
Je suis d'accord. Moi, j'ai pas envie de la laisser partir. Très clairement.
There she goes. Come on.
Officer needs help, 103 and B.
Vas-y, passe. Et toi?
Ballard is definitely up to something.
Oh, je peux maintenir B.
You've got a pretty funny idea of what
Reste-toi
keeping
par
a low
contre.
profile means, Phelps.
She seems to have made a remarkably speedy recovery.
Effectivement. C'est vrai qu'elle s'est remis rapidement hein, de tout ça. Même si elle était dans le coup elle aussi. Oh, j'aime trop la musique. Hein. Ouf. Casse-toi!
Take the brakes, Cole. Give him some room.
Continue to respond, sir.
Get in there and see what she's up to.
Quoi? Mais... j'ai pas compris. J'ai pas compris ce que le jeu attendait de moi en fait. Et que je parte ailleurs. Et que je m'approche.
Baby? No! I don't want him taught a lesson. You know what I want. Well, then make someone else do it!
In case you forgot.
You still know people out here, don't you? Then make some calls! I'm gonna be very clear about this. You get this done, or I'm...
Je suis sûr qu'elle parle de la fille.
Wilson's
Je vais se débarrasser de la fille.
Mr. Mark
Ah non. Elle veut tuer Mark Bishop. Mark Bishop. Ok.
Sure, I caught the film.
Tellement envie de l'attaquer, elle. Voilà l'appartement, mon pote. Pas le temps de traîner.
So what's the story? I'm guessing she didn't stop for light refreshments.
She made a call. Sounds like Mark Bishop has a heap of trouble headed his way. I've got an address. Wilson's Hotel, apartment 803.
Oh shit.
Les gars, il y a un meurtre qui va se préparer.
If he's got any sense, he'll be as far away from home as possible.
If he had any sense, he wouldn't have tried bumping off Guy McCaffrey's wife in the first place. Or he'd have done the job properly. McCaffrey will break a fella's legs just for looking at his broad.
What did you make of the kid? You believe her story? I think she was doped out of her tiny mind and given the casting couch. That fucking bitch Ballard sold her out.
J'étais pas prêt.
So if Ballard was doing someone a favor, why did they try to kill her?
Non, non, y a pas le temps, les gars. Je vais jouer RP. Pas le temps. Je suis où là? Je suis là, ouais, l'agression c'est derrière en plus. Oh, 803. Oh. C'est où je vais?
Gun it! Let's get to the apartment before someone gets hurt.
Il y a une voiture cachée là. C'est quoi cette histoire de voiture cachée? Oh oui. Magnifique la voiture. Oh, attends. Viens. Succès déverrouillé. Tiens, les belles américaines. Conduisez 5 véhicules différents. Punaise, moi je pensais que c'était pour la voiture cachée, mais non. C'est juste pour conduire 5 véhicules différents. Bon, moi je l'ai eu sur une belle voiture. Ah, par contre, il n'y a pas de sirène dessus, malheureusement. Mais la gomme. Mais la gomme, mais la gomme, mais la gomme. C'est où ça? C'est dans quoi? C'est dans Bob l'éponge, mais la gomme? Non. Je sais plus c'est dans quoi? C'est dans Cars? Non, c'est pas dans Cars.
I'm Detective Phelps. We received a call about a domestic disturbance in apartment 803.
Oh, the detectives. Listen, Mrs. Bishop's pretty upset. Take the elevator and then left down the corridor. It's the last door on the right.
Eh bien, mon pote, faut qu'on se bouge.
Sounds like we're about to make it a hat trick of hysterical female witnesses.
Bon, la première, elle est... enfin, celle à l'hôpital, elle était pas hystérique. Tout au fond à droite, il m'a dit. Je suppose que c'est celle-là. Pas du tout. Il m'a pas dit tout au fond à droite, il m'a dit tout au fond à gauche, t'es sûr? Non mais je fais tout pour pas la trouver. Ouais, il m'a dit tout au fond à gauche, on dirait. J'avais pourtant entendu on the right.
LAPD, ma'am. Are you in danger?
I'm all right now. You just missed them. Horrible, awful men.
Are you injured, Mrs.
Bishop. Gloria Bishop. Please, come in, officers. I'll just need to sit down for a moment. Forgive me.
That's perfectly normal, ma'am.
Just look at this mess!
We'll take a quick search of the premises, ma'am. You take a moment to gather your thoughts.
I will. Thank you, officer.
Ok. Franchement, c'est... Ils ont été vite, hein. Parce que punaise, on n'a pas traîné pourtant. Mais j'en ai marre, je lui ai pas demandé de sortir et il sort. Donc le motif c'est pas le vol, hein. Sinon ils auraient pris ça.
It doesn't appear to be connected. I doubt it.
Pour la première fois on a 3 trucs.
Junk.
Tiens.
Not much help.
Bishop alors de Lorna Hopgood, montant 20 000 $. Mais attends, 20 000 $. J'avoue. $20 000 à l'époque, ça vaut 276 000 maintenant. C'est énorme. Salut tonton, merci pour le lurk. J'espère que ça va. C'est énorme. Effectivement, qu'est-ce que tu fais pour 276 000 quoi. Gay cowboy. De très gay cowboy pour Mark Bishop.
Presented to Mark.
Mais visiblement gay, ce serait le gay français. Ce serait le gay français, qu'est-ce que je raconte? Ce serait le gay heureux. Et en français, c'est pas comme ça. C'est pas avec un Y.
Not sure this means much.
Looks like the old movie set downtown.
Intolérance. La lutte de l'amour à travers les âges par D.W. Griffin. La grande muraille de Babylone.
A replica of a replica.
Réplique de réplique. Ok, il y a plusieurs trucs là.
Maybe if...
Non.
No.
Je suppose qu'il n'y a rien. Intéressant vraiment.
Don't think this is any use to us.
Ok, on a tout fait dans cette salle. Ah ouais mais c'est grand. C'est quoi? C'est plus un hôtel, ça c'est un appart. Après c'est peut-être un immeuble. Mais pourquoi il y a quelqu'un à la réception alors? Peut-être comme ça aux US. Oh là là, mais on s'en fout de ça en vrai.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
Bah ouais. Pas besoin de tout observer.
Nothing significant.
Ah punaise, j'ai cru que c'était du sang là. J'allais dire, ah yeah, là il y a enfin quelque chose d'intéressant. Mais non.
There's the set. Hollywood's own little piece of Babylon. Don't think this is anything.
Oh, intéressant ça.
Looks like we found our mermaid. Who are these men in the picture?
My husband, Mark, and Marlon Hopgood. They work together on occasion. That's Hopgood's shop.
Ok, intéressant. Je vais juste regarder s'il n'y a pas d'autres vibrations. Il n'y a plus l'air d'avoir de musique. Donc on y va.
Those men, I think they work for Guy McAfee. Do you know the name?
No. Why should I?
June Ballard is married to Guy McAfee. Have you heard of her?
That slut. She's been badgering my husband for days.
Mrs. McAfee alleges that your husband tried to kill her and her friend last night. I think you should tell us what you know.
My husband's a movie producer. This has something to do with his new picture. He doesn't include me in his business.
Oh, elle a l'air vraiment sérieuse quoi, il n'y a pas l'air d'avoir de mensonges. Donc j'ai bien envie de dire amadoué.
Your husband was using June Ballard in his new movie?
Hardly. Mark feels that June Ballard has limited range and is over the hill.
Where can we find your husband, ma'am?
He told me he would be on set. That's all I know.
Là aussi, elle a l'air de dire la vérité. Si elle ment... Alors, elle cligne beaucoup des yeux, on va pas se mentir. Mais j'ai l'impression qu'elle est buggée, en fait. Mais si elle ment bien, je vous le dis. Donc on va mettre amadoué encore.
Either we find him, or McAfee's people do, Mrs. Bishop. If you care for him, you should make sure that we find him first.
I do care for him. But I don't really know where he'd go if he were in trouble. Hopgood might know.
Why is your husband paying Lorna Hopgood $20,000?
Lorna? Marlon's ex-wife? Are you sure?
Bah là je pense qu'on doit accuser, mais bon. Là elle ment pas, c'est juste qu'elle sait pas. Mais bon, il faut accuser pour lui montrer... Pour lui montrer le chèque.
Mrs. Bishop, it's some kind of payoff. You know exactly what the money is for and who it's getting paid to.
Do I? Would you like to prove that, detective?
Oui.
Your husband looks like he's being blackmailed. They obviously have something on him if he's prepared to kill to cover it up. Why is the payment going to Hopgood and not McAfee?
Lorna works at a check-cashing place in Hollywood. You need to ask Hopgood why he needs that much money in cash.
Your husband was at a casting yesterday with a young girl?
Not that I know of. He told me he was looking at locations. The picture's been cast.
J'arrive pas à voir si elle ment. Elle fait une tête bizarre. Ah, voilà. C'est bon, elle a esquivé. Merci bien.
Jessica remembered a mermaid. The mermaid on the front of the prop store. You better come clean with me.
This is a sick town, detective. Are you sure you really want to know? The truth is, my husband likes them young.
And you think that's okay?
I was 16 when I first met him. I thought he was a genius, a magician with film. I was 20 before I realized he was just a B-movie hack. But he's nothing compared to some of the monsters at these big studios. My guess is Ballard sacrificed her little friend. Happens to a lot of girls.
Your husband is in trouble. It could go easier for him if you were more helpful, Mrs. Bishop.
He's a big boy, Detective, and so are you. This is Hollywood. There's always a deal to be done.
Ok, 3 sur 4. J'ai eu un truc faux. C'est dans les 2 premières questions. Je pense. 3 et 4, je pense que j'ai bien répondu.
An aging movie star, a wannabe starlet, a producer's wife. Finally rubbing shoulders with the almost rich famous.
And from the stories they've given us, clearly none of them can act.
Oh, téléphone, attends. Faut que j'appelle pour la sirène, je pense. Pour voir la location. La location, qu'est-ce que je raconte? Je l'ai dit en français. La localisation, plutôt. Non! C'est à lui que je dois demander d'appeler?
All I know is all I've told you, detective.
Il est où ton téléphone? Ah, il est là, punaise. Bon, faut le trouver, hein. Il est gros, certes, mais il va bien dans le décor.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a location on a silver screen prop store.
Just a moment. Silver Screen Props, corner 3rd and Figueroa.
Thanks.
Du coup, let's go.
Mrs. Bishop knows more than she's letting on.
She doesn't seem to realize how much trouble her husband is in. The LAPD are the least of their worries right now.
You think she'd have gotten the hint after those hatchet men redecorated her apartment?
Maybe she's just loyal.
Or she's in on it. She didn't seem like your average giddy broad with nothing between the ears.
Or she might just be trying to buy enough time for Bishop to put a couple of oceans between him and McAfee.
Ouais, je vais continuer encore pas mal, hein, tout droit. Jusqu'à la 3e. Je crois que c'est celle-là. Hein. Pardon?
Careful!
T'as un problème? Mais regarde-moi ça. Mais il n'y a aucune logique aussi à ce feu. Allez hop. Silver screen, baby.
Phelps and Bukowski, LAPD. We're investigating the attempted murder of June Ballard and Jessica Hamilton.
Christ! I'm Marlon Hopgood. How can I help?
You hold castings here? How'd you hear about that? I got a little soundstage out back.
Lead the way.
Est-ce qu'il y a des trucs à observer ici? Non, rien.
So, you coming?
Ok, tu suis là. Fouillez pas du tout dans tes affaires. Pas du tout. Mais après, il n'y a pas la musique d'enquête, donc ça sert peut-être à rien de fouiller. Ah, c'est bon, c'est hyper long.
Keep him here, Stefan. I'm gonna take a look around.
What's this got to do with me? Don't try my patience, knucklehead.
Probably nothing.
Bon. Petit miroir alors. Oh, on peut voir à travers. On peut voir à travers. Ouais.
Humor him.
One-way mirrors. There's a room on the other side.
Et c'est les toilettes.
Oh well. Find a way into that peep den, Phelps. I'll stay here and keep our pervert company.
You can't be that way, Phelps. You couldn't fit a rat through there.
Ah mais c'est pas... Non, c'est pas les toilettes. C'est encore une autre pièce. Oh. Tiens, les mêmes têtes qu'on a vues. J'arrive pas, je pense qu'on peut analyser, mais j'y arrive pas. Je trouve le bon angle. Bon, j'ai pas l'impression que ça veuille s'avancer. Non, c'est bon. Alors attendez, ça commence à faire sombre, donc je vais juste fermer mes volets. Comprimé d'hydrate de chloral 100 grammes. Poison, contactez immédiatement un médecin pour un antidote. Ouais. Et malheureusement, c'est toujours comme ça. Hein. 2023, on a bien vu. C'est toujours pareil. Avec l'affaire Weinstein, on a vu que c'est pareil malheureusement. Les mêmes monstres existent toujours. La société évolue. La technologie évolue, mais l'être humain restera toujours le même, hein, malheureusement. Le pire des animaux. C'est le meilleur et le pire des animaux. Il peut faire des trucs de dingue. Des améliorations de fou. Mais en même temps, il peut commettre des crimes que même un animal ne ferait pas. pense un peu tout. Oh, horrible. Oh là 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 là. Oh, c'est moche. Oh là là, la salle creepy. Ça me rappelle dans Life is Strange. Dans le 1, je raconterai pas plus pour éviter de spoiler.
Drums, 8th and Francisco. Attention, Mark Bishop.
Mais ce genre de choses, c'est vraiment horrible, quoi. Ça fait tellement mal au cœur parce que ça existe dans la vraie vie, hein.
So what happened to the film of Hamilton's screen test? I wonder if they saw this, how many budding starlets would still get on the bus to come to Hollywood.
Ah, j'avais raison, depuis les toilettes. Ah, il peut observer les gens aux toilettes. C'est ce que j'avais dit. Ah ouais, franchement, il est bizarre à ce point. Alors bon, je sais qu'on ne devrait pas juger, mais bon... moi, je t'avoue que ceux qui mettent des caméras cachées dans les toilettes et tout... Et je sais que ça se fait beaucoup en Corée du Sud. Ceux qui mettent des caméras cachées dans les toilettes et tout, je vois pas ce qu'il y a de... d'intéressant à voir quelqu'un faire ses besoins. Hein. Pas te mentir. Je vois pas ce qu'il y a d'excitant là-dedans. Bon, cette salle c'est fait. Mais il y a toujours la musique. Donc j'ai potentiellement manqué quelque chose. Ah. Oh, tiens.
So this is where you sprang from.
Ouais. La drogue inonde les rues. La police combat la contrebande du surplus militaire.
Listen, I have to call you back. I got some business here.
Sit down, Courtney. This is Mickey. Mickey, this is Courtney Sheldon. What would you like to drink?
Scotch. Straight up.
I hear you're back at school learning to be a doctor, kid.
Yes. That's right, Mr. Cohen.
So you want to be a doctor and a dope peddler. Interesting combination, huh?
Do we have a problem, Mr. Cohen?
We might have, yeah. Selling your dope to my boy Lenny looked like a good move, but Lenny has been supplying, wholesale, so to speak. The Bindle boys in this town aren't used to the juice without a little of the middleman taking his cut.
Lenny promised that wouldn't happen, Mr. Cohen. And Lenny works for you.
What can I say about Lenny? Let me think. Oh yeah, he's a putz. And he's lazy, and he's greedy, but he's my wife's brother. And how can you make a cake with those ingredients, huh?
So how is that my problem, Mr. Cohen?
Well, kid, the only way we're going to be able to make this work is to do some repackaging. We need to get the dope out of those dinky little cardboard boxes and...
Surrettes.
Yeah, Surrettes. Great. We can put it into a big vat so we can water it down a little bit.
I won't bore you with the chemistry, but it doesn't work that way. You're likely to kill even more people.
Okay, listen. We want to buy you out, kid. I'll offer you 50 grand. Hey, hey! You don't like my offer? Sheldon kid? I think I want him dead.
Bah oui, c'était sûr. Hein. Tu parles comme ça. C'était sûr. Salut Asmodius, comment ça va? C'est pas grave, hein. Je te remercie pour le lurk. Et je te souhaite bon courage parce que... Le ménage, le rangement, c'est vraiment pas facile. Hein. Franchement, 50 000 à l'époque. Oh, c'est... Vous vous rendez compte que 50 000 à l'époque, c'est 700 000 $ maintenant. Mais franchement, l'offre, tu l'acceptes, t'es bien pour le restant de tes jours. Moi, j'aurais même pas tenté de négocier, hein. J'aurais accepté direct. Punaise, je l'ai relancé sans faire exprès. Oh non! J'ai lancé sans faire exprès.
What would you like to drink?
Punaise. Des boules.
Straight out. I hear you're back at school learning to be a doctor, kid.
Yes. That's right, Mr. Cohen.
So you want to be a doctor and a dope peddler. Interesting combination, huh?
Do we have a problem, Mr. Cohen?
We might have, yeah. Selling your dope to my boy Lenny looked like a good move, but Lenny has been supplying, wholesale, so to speak. The Bindle boys in this town aren't used to the juice without a little of the middleman taking his cut.
Lenny promised that wouldn't happen, Mr. Cohen. And Lenny works for you.
What can I say about Lenny? Let me think. Oh yeah, he's a putz. And he's lazy, and he's greedy, but he's my wife's brother. And how can you make a cake with those ingredients, huh? Please.
So how is that my problem, Mr. Cohen?
Well, kid, the only way we're going to be able to make this work is to do some repackaging. We need to get the dope out of those dinky little cardboard boxes and...
Syrettes.
Yeah, syrettes. Great. We can put it into a big vat so we can water it down a little bit.
I won't bore you with the chemistry, but it doesn't work that way. You're likely to kill even more people.
Okay, listen. We want to buy you out, kid. I'll offer you 50 grand. Hey, hey! You don't like my offer? The Sheldon kid? I think I want him dead.
Et l'arme est retour, voilà. Parce que tout à l'heure j'ai appuyé plusieurs fois sur B, ça fonctionnait pas. Et là j'ai l'impression que la musique s'est arrêtée. Donc on a tout fait, on peut aller l'interroger. Bah j'en ai vu moi mon...
You ever do any work for Mark Bishop?
Mainly do work for the studios. RKO, Republic, Warner Brothers. So yeah, when Bishop was doing work for a studio, yes.
When did you last see him?
Now I'm doing work for his next picture. Still pre-production though. Haven't seen him around here in a while.
Oh, le mensonge. Mensonge, mais j'ai pas de preuves. Enfin, j'ai pas de preuves qui sortent du lot, donc...
He was here yesterday, and something happened that pushed him over the edge. You're holding out on us, Hopgood.
You know, I have very good connections with the Vice Squad.
Yeah, well, there's a surprise.
They won't appreciate you coming in here and strong-arming me.
Punaise. J'aurais peut-être dû prendre la boîte de
I'm
pellicule.
sorry, but I'm really busy with an order for a new movie. I'm sorry,
Punaise.
but I'm really busy.
Le problème, c'est que j'ai peur de devoir tout refouiller la zone, sachant qu'elle est grande. Punaise, bah ouais, je vais devoir tout refouiller.
Phelps and Bukowski, LAPD. We're investigating the attempted murder of June Ballard and Jessica Hamilton.
Mais je pourrais pas le laisser. Lui, c'est un chien, je peux pas le laisser passer comme ça.
How'd you hear about that? I got a little soundstage out back.
Lead the way.
Et bouge-toi par contre. Et là je peux rien faire par contre. Ah, je peux quand même observer ça par contre. Il y a beaucoup de par contre.
So this is where you sprang from.
On va devoir le regarder une nouvelle fois, hein, je suis désolé.
Listen, I have to call you back. I got some business here.
Sit down, Courtney. This is Mickey. Mickey, this is Courtney Sheldon. What would you like to drink?
Scotch. Straight up.
I hear you're back at school learning to be a doctor, kid.
Yes. That's right, Mr. Cohen.
So you want to be a doctor and a dope peddler. Interesting combination, huh?
Do we have a problem, Mr. Cohen?
We might have, yeah. Selling your dope to my boy Lenny looked like a good move, but Lenny has been supplying, wholesale, so to speak. The Bindle boys in this town aren't used to the juice without a little of the middleman taking his cut.
Lenny promised that wouldn't happen, Mr. Cohen. And Lenny works for you.
What can I say about Lenny? Let me think. Oh yeah, he's a putz. And he's lazy, and he's greedy, but he's my wife's brother. And how can you make a cake with those ingredients, huh?
So how is that my problem, Mr. Cohen?
Well, kid, the only way we're going to be able to make this work is to do some repackaging. We need to get the dope out of those dinky little cardboard boxes and...
Surrettes.
Yeah, Surrettes. Great. We can put it into a big vat so we can water it down a little bit.
I won't bore you with the chemistry, but it doesn't work that way. You're likely to kill even more people.
Okay, listen. We want to buy you out, kid. I'll offer you 50 grand. Hey, hey! You don't like my offer? The Sheldon kid? I think I want him dead.
Non, faut pas le défoncer. Tiens, il y aura un truc à fouiller là. J'irai après.
Keep him here, Stefan. I'm gonna take a look around.
What's this got to do with me?
Don't try my patience, knucklehead.
Nope.
Turn off the lights, Hopgood.
Why would I want to do that?
Humor him.
One-way mirrors. There's a room on the other side.
Huh. Well, well. Find a way into that peep den, Phelps. I'll stay here and keep our pervert company.
Doping a 15-year-old kid and abusing her in a screen test. What is wrong with these people?
Ici, je peux aller voir. La poignée est dorée. Ah, mais c'est l'endroit où on était. Ok. Ouais, je connais, y a rien. Ouais, y a rien. J'ai l'impression qu'il y a une vibration par là, mais c'était peut-être juste pour le... Pour ça, pour le mur caché.
Jungle Drums, 8th and Francisco. Attention, Mark Bishop.
So what happened to the film of Hamilton's screen test?
Une bouteille qui a l'air très piquante.
I wonder if they saw this, how many budding starlets would still get on the bus to come to Hollywood.
Bah, il faudrait qu'elle voie ça, hein, d'ailleurs. Pervers là qui regarde les jeunes femmes aller aux toilettes, n'importe quoi. Non, pas ça que je voulais. On s'en va. On va aller l'interroger. Et cette fois on se trompe pas. On ne l'intimide pas mais on l'accuse. On a quand même perdu 10 minutes parce que j'ai fait cette erreur quoi.
You ever do any work for Mark Bishop?
Mainly do work for the studios. RKO, Republic, Warner Brothers. So yeah, when Bishop is doing work for a studio, yes.
When did you last see him?
Now I'm doing work for his next picture. Still pre-production though. I haven't seen him around here in a while.
I know you're lying, Hopgood. Bishop was here, and you know exactly what he was doing and what he left lying around afterwards.
You come in here without a warrant, and now you start throwing your weight around?
Du coup, on met bobine de film ou boîte de pellicule vide. J'ai bien envie de mettre la boîte de pellicule vide.
A 15-year-old girl told me how she was drugged and molested at a casting house. I found the chloral hydrate in your drinks cabinet. You give me something or I will break your fucking jaw, Hopgood.
Bishop was here with June Ballard and the girl. A lot of producers and directors use this place. I'm not responsible for what goes on here.
McAfee's men are looking for Bishop. We need to find him first. Any idea where he might have gone to ground?
If he really tried to kill McAfee's wife, my advice to him would be to leave town.
Et genre, t'as aucune idée. Je pense qu'on va devoir lui montrer les photos cette fois-ci. Elle est où la photo Voilà, celle-là.
I'm warning you, Hopgood. If you give him up to McAfee and we find out about it...
Wind it back a notch, tough guy. I'm telling you, I don't know where he is.
What's the deal with you and June Ballard?
Look, buddy, I make props. I hardly ever meet the talent unless it's something tailor-made for them, like a sword or something.
Punaise, mais c'est pas facile en fait ces trucs.
You and Ballard are blackmailing Bishop. That's why he cracked.
You got nothing on me. My hands are clean on this.
Enough. I've been in your peep room, Hopgood. I've seen your smut pictures and the camera setup. You made a movie of Jessica. I found the canister.
The deal is I get to sell the movies to burlesque houses and private collectors. These movie guys love seeing their cocks on screen. But part of the arrangement is I never film their faces. June had me film Bishop, and then she kept the movie for insurance. He went apeshit when he realized his face was front and center.
Who has the film now?
Who else? McAfee.
Ballard had what she wanted. Where does the money come into it?
What money?
Ouais, on va accuser.
Enough of the lies.
I told you, I get my cut selling dirty movies.
Your ex was getting 20 large from Bishop.
If I wanted to skim 20 from Bishop, we'd do it through the movie budget. June said she'd sell him the film once the movie had wrapped, but Guy wanted cash. He's in a cash-only business. You think I had a choice in this?
That's all for now, Hopgood. We're taking you in.
Phelps.
3 sur 4 de bon.
Roy Earl, advice. Hold on a moment. This is clearly a vice case. You've been roughing up my informant?
Hopgood is a vice informer?
Yes, he is, Phelps, and a very important one. Look at that mug. Have you been upsetting these two officers, Marlon?
So we just drop it?
You do if you know what's good for you.
You need to catch the movie producer before an angry husband does, from what I'm hearing.
I'll be making a full report to the captain, Detective.
You do that, kid. We're all very impressed with you.
Let it slide, Cole. Let's get out of here.
C'est qui ce?
Detectives.
Johnny Goldberg. You work for Mickey C.
That's right, detectives.
You wouldn't happen to know the guys who roughed up Mrs. Bishop earlier today by any chance?
No, not us. We don't do that kind of thing. It's the husband we'd like to talk to.
This is a police matter. You don't want to be taken in for obstruction of justice, do you, boys?
You could try the obstruction rap, but it won't stick.
Allez, mettez-leur une balle dans la tête.
You've had your 10 cents worth, gentlemen.
Bishop knows how the world works. Mrs. McAfee hits him up for a movie part, happens every day. But Bishop takes it a step too far and tries to rub out Mrs. McAfee. Naturally, Guy is gonna get upset.
What made you think Bishop would be here?
We figure he might be planning a little accident for Hopgood, too. Those two guys have got some unfinished business. You let us know if you find Bishop. Guy McAfee can be a very generous man.
I'm only going to warn you once, gentlemen, to stay out of this. This is a police matter. We will be bringing Mark Bishop into custody.
At least he's polite. Kind of dumb, but polite.
But I'm a lot less polite, you smug son of a bitch. So let me put it in ruder terms that even a pair of blockheads like you might understand. The only reason that you don't have bars on your windows already is because you're small fry. And we don't waste our time on small fry. You stay away from Bishop, and you stay away from me. Is that clear enough for you, asshole? Now run along back to your boss so we can pat you on the head and tell you what good boys you are.
Oh. Oh là là. Ah, je nous aime. On a un beau duo, tous les deux.
I don't think they like your...
Oh, les shit. Oh, ça me suit.
I need to be closer, Cole. They really don't want anybody getting the Bishop before they do.
Attends, j'arrive.
I'll try for the tires. Keep your foot down. We need to lose those fools, Phelps.
Viens, viens.
Make a move. We're sitting ducks here.
Ça dégage. Une en moins.
I can't take the shot from here, Cole. Either give me a good shot or get us the hell out of here.
Allez hop, ça dégage.
Let's see him chase us now. Onto the movie set, Phelps. Let's roll.
Oh, Christ. And they say working traffic is like watching paint dry.
You know how to piss people off, McAfee.
Hey, if they're prepared to gun down cops in broad daylight, McAfee really means business.
Seems like we're the only ones who want Bishop alive.
I have a good mind just to let him go work on the son of a bitch. I'm about done putting my life on the line to protect some child molester.
That's our job, unfortunately. They don't get to dole out the justice.
D'accord, parce que sinon, en général, je serais pour qu'il le dézingue, mais bon. J'ai envie de le dézinguer moi-même. On va aller faire le crime là-bas. Puis on se téléportera. Oui.
This is 11K. Go ahead with the further.
11K, your 211 is in Angel's Flight, 3rd and Hill Street. 11K, code 3.
Oui. Oh, attention à la marche.
What took you so long? They're getting away.
What happened here, sir?
They had guns.
Dirty louses took everything and then booked. They went that way, the stairs alongside the track.
Ils ont même pris ses chaussures, le pauvre.
You look like a rat with a gold tooth wearing a watch.
LAPD!
Cops, time to dust.
Ça dégage. J'en ai rien à faire, je tire moi. Ça dégage. J'aurais pu essayer de les arrêter, mais bon... Il n'y avait qu'à pas être méchant. Voilà. Je les tue.
Car 11K, shots fired. The suspect is down at 3rd and Hill. It's code 4 here, but I need an ambulance.
11K, roger on the ambulance. All units, the shooting at 3rd and Hill Street is code 4. Code 4.
Excusez-moi, j'étais juste...
Can you drive to this one?
Allez monter le chauffage.
And where exactly are we going?
Je commence à avoir froid. Voilà, on se téléporte. RKO, Hill Street.
There's the slippery bastard now.
No. God damn it!
Get him,
Qu'est-ce qu'il
Phelps.
fout lui?
I'll cover the exit.
Il se cachait où là? Il était à couvert dans le vide.
Stop! LAPD!
11K calling KGPL, requesting assistance at 8th in Francisco, the abandoned movie set. My partner is pursuing suspect on foot. Code 3, KGPL.
We're trying to help you, Bishop!
This is all a big mistake!
Ah, si c'est une erreur, arrête-toi! Et on te protégera. Et les autres qui arrivent là, 100% ils vont nous tirer dessus. Pendant la course-poursuite.
It's us or McAfee's boys, your choice!
I didn't do anything!
Bah, arrête-toi alors, si t'as rien fait. Oh, c'était classe. Ça sous moi. N'importe quoi. Normalement, c'est moi qui devrais l'attraper et le faire tomber. Je sais pas pourquoi il me donne un coup de pied.
Bishop, that's enough!
Oh! J'ai pas fait exprès de... contrôler comme ça. Bien sûr, lui, il est beaucoup plus gros que moi, mais ça se casse pas. Bon, il a fallu que je dise ça pour que ça se casse. On est d'accord, mais bon. C'est trop classe par contre.
Hands in the air, Bishop! Move another inch and you're dead! Don't
Allez hop.
Mark Bishop, you're under arrest for the attempted murder of June Ballard and the rape and attempted murder of Jessica Hamilton.
All right, I'll come quietly. Just don't kill me. If you found me, then McAfee's goons will too. Oh, we need to get out of here.
Ouais, c'était sûr.
All right, but you stay close. Any tricks, and I'll save McAfee's boys the trouble.
Follow me. I know another way out of this place.
Ça va être compliqué pour eux de m'atteindre puisque...
Police detective, they're trying to kill me.
Last chance to back the hell down.
On a tout cassé. Ça dégage.
It's this way.
McAfee doesn't make the rules. You hear me?
Kill them for God's sake! I don't want to die!
Mais pourquoi tu vas si vite? Mais planque-toi!
LAPD. Shit. Really hurts. There's no way out of here. I thought you said you knew where you were going.
We have to jump for it.
Is this really the best McAfee's got?
Ouais, si c'est le meilleur, c'est pas fou. Hein.
Come on, it's this way.
Dégage. Dans la tête.
Oh my God, they're everywhere.
Il tire d'où là? Ah, de là-bas. Je les vois. Ok. Ah, je l'ai touché. C'est bien, c'est un peu bugué quand même. Non, c'est pas ça que je voulais. Dégage de ta couverture. Oh, il est là-haut. Ah ouais. Ah. Bon, visiblement, c'est moi qui te montre le chemin.
Weapons on the ground.
Bien. Il est au-dessus. Oh, j'ai eu très chaud. Ah ouais, carrément. On n'est pas du tout protégé là. Hein.
Get him over here, I'll cover you. Come on, the cavalry's here.
Me dis pas qu'il va mourir. Je le sens mal. Je le sens mal pour mon pote. Non, c'est bon, il est là.
Those barrels at the base of the elephant column.
Ça dégage.
They're full of gasoline. Shoot them quickly.
Stay down.
Il est où le dernier? Il est là-haut. Voilà, c'est bien. Oh punaise, j'avais juste à faire ça et j'aurais tué tout le monde en fait. Tout le monde aurait été écrasé. Ça aurait été classe. Dommage. En plus il y avait peut-être un trophée pour ça.
Stay in cover.
Et là, genre là, c'était pas un headshot. Ok, en vrai, c'était à 1 cm de lui, mais bon. S'il y a d'autres coups qui passent, lui, il passait normalement. Ah, mais c'est des flics! C'est mes potes! Allez hop, ça dégage. Il reste un ennemi. Encore du rouge.
Give it up, chump. I know you're there.
Dégage. On s'est régalé par contre.
Now this is what I call a result. Mark Bishop, erstwhile film producer and all-around piece of shit, catches a fast ticket to Quentin for statch rape and attempted murder. So he gets to spend the next 15 years playing sissy instead of sticking with the little girls.
Oh.
That is justice. Capital J, Detective Phelps. You've developed such a reputation, I'm not going to be able to hold on to you any longer. You're getting promoted. Go on, get your new assignment. It was good working with you, son.
Quoi? J'aurais pu avec lui? Ah, c'est dommage ça. Ici là, lui.
Phelps, Bukowski, this your work? Can I help you, Detective?
Sorry, Cap. Didn't see you there.
Yeah, I'll bet you didn't. This is a traffic case. You need something?
I'm here to buy a drink for the 2 LAPD traffic cops who broke the back of Guy McAfee's private army. You don't have a problem with that, do you, Captain?
Go right ahead.
Get in. I'm buying.
Il y a autre chose. Il y a autre chose. Soit il va nous demander de l'aide, soit il va y avoir un truc bizarre.
You'll like this place. A lot of movie people hang out here. You like jazz, Cole? The hopheads love it.
Sure, I guess.
Big bands and swing I can understand, but this bebop palaver? How are you supposed to dance to that? This is Phelps, Leroy. Be nice to him. You'll like this place. They treat you right.
You like a table, Roy?
What do you think we want to do? Stand at the bar like
I'll
chumps?
get a table ready for you.
Don't look so happy to see me, Alphonse. I might get the wrong impression. Cole, this is Alphonse. He's a French Negro from Africa. Can you beat that?
The Congo.
A pleasure to meet you, Alphonse. Is Elsa singing tonight?
Yes, she is. She has the next set.
Come on, Cole. You can meet Elsa while they're fixing us a table. You'll like her. She's something else.
Maybe another night, Roy. She's pretty beat up about it.
Get your hands off me. Don't ever tell me what to do or what not to do, Alphonse. You got a nice club here. Don't spoil it.
If you will follow me, detectives. Just through the door.
He was my only real friend, Harlan. We went through it all. Do you realize what he meant to me?
Of course I do.
You have no idea. You said it was construction work.
It was an industrial accident, Elsa. How can I be held responsible?
Elsa, are you
going
on? Louis, for God's sake, he was my best friend. The only man who ever loved me without putting his hands on me.
Hi, Elsa. Here's someone I'd like you to meet. Cole Phelps, war hero and crime fighter extraordinaire.
And why would I want to meet another fascist from the LAPD?
Sorry about this, Cole. What an evening I'm having. First a Negro puts his hands on me, and then this. Who do you think you're talking to, you German junkie whore? Don't you ever forget your place with me again.
C'est bon, je peux la défendre ou pas?
Do you hear me? Evening, Doc. How's business?
Sanguine. Louis, help me here. I'm gonna have to give her something before her performance.
Blow it off, Cole. These artsy-fartsy types always get a little flighty. Meet
Et je dis
Dr.
rien, moi.
Holland Fontaine, doctor to the stars. Mr. Fix-It to the mental wreckage of Hollywood. So what about that drink, boys?
Non, j'ai l'air de rien. C'est pas mon ami, je le déteste, mais je le laisse faire ce qu'il veut, n'importe quoi. Non, les véhicules endommagés, c'est pas mal. Terminer toutes les affaires de circulation. Tiens, trophée obtenu. Oh, arriver plus vite à l'appartement vous aurait permis de rendre la monnaie de leurs pièces aux hommes de Mad McAfee. Ok. Donc j'aurais pu arriver pendant qu'ils étaient encore là. Mais comme je suis allé récupérer la voiture rare, je les ai pas vus. Encore 75% de questions correctes, hein, c'est pas fou. Hein. Ok. Intéressant, donc il faut que je sache que même prendre des pauses, je peux pas. Hein. Où je sens. Enfin, je peux pas. Je peux, mais je peux rater des trucs si je fais autre chose en même temps. Oh.
All right, gentlemen, take your seats. Let's get this over before lunch. Clyde Rose of the Homicide Squad has decided to take early retirement. We will all miss Floyd and the steely edge he brought to his police work. The department has arranged a wee drink at the Galway Arms to quench the mighty thirst a man gets from 25 years of police work. Floyd's departure leaves a place at the top table, and the chief has seen fit to promote Cole Phelps from burglary to the homicide desk. Stand up, Phelps. Take a chair. You're in the major leagues now, Sonny. Rusty Galloway, a fine lawman of the old school, will be taking you under his wing. Your first case is the murder of a woman, found last night and bearing all the signs of the werewolf. Get out to the scene, lads.
Ok, le loup-garou, je suppose que c'est un tueur en série.
Hey girls, who stole my cigarette?
Do you have the address?
It's been all over KGPL. It's off Temple Street, between Belmont and Glendale.
Cassez-vous! Incroyable. Si tu mets la sirène, c'est pour que vous me laissiez passer, c'est tout.
What happened to Rose?
Parker wants the chief's job. Word is it's either going to be him or Thad Green. So they're both clearing the decks.
So where does that leave you, Galloway?
Leaves me saddled.
Ah oui, la mission, le truc est totalement opposé de la mission.
I didn't ask for you, and I don't want you, so keep it to yourself. See if you can learn something about seeing how a real cop operates.
What did he mean by the werewolf?
The Dahlia. The Daily News came out calling him the werewolf killer. The Examiner came up with the Black Dahlia.
Were any closer to catching him?
Not a chance. 6 months and hundreds of guys running down leads, and we got nothing.
You don't think this has anything to do with it?
No, I don't. 90% of murders are domestic, Phelps. Some guy gets into a beef with his wife, he takes it too far. This will be the same. But cutting someone in half and leaving them off the sidewalk, that's a one-off.
Why so many women this year?
Because of the war. You should know that. Guy gets to kill people every day in combat. Comes home, he's expected to take lip from his wife. What do you think's gonna happen?
It's that simple.
Like I said, most of the time it is.
Ah, pour une fois, pas de cinématique, tiens. T'as rien à me dire, toi, non? Moi, justement, je commence à foncer dans les gens parce que je me suis dit, il y aura une cinématique, donc... même pas.
How about a scoop for the Examiner, Galloway? You could use some good press.
Another tramp, another message. Is the werewolf back in business, boys?
Do you have a mother, asshole? A sister? How about showing some respect for this poor woman? Let us do our job, and Detective Galloway will give you a statement later.
He's good, Rusty. Even sounds genuine.
That's Phelps, guys. The war hero. Defending the honor of murdered humps.
Get used to it, Phelps. Move along, guys. You got your pictures, you got your headlines. Now scram.
Quoi? J'étais pas prêt pour ça. Ah oui, on a vraiment monté en grade, visiblement. C'est plus là.
Yes, sir. Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like a lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood. Some trouble, but nothing like this. It's known locally as the Moors.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, Detective.
No one's disturbed the body?
No, sir. We cleared out them vulture reporters so Pinker and the coroner could work. They're waiting to talk to you.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
Ah ouais, on n'est plus dans la circulation, hein, effectivement. On a monté d'un grade. Malheureusement, j'ai envie de dire. Parce que j'avais pas forcément envie de voir ça, la pauvre.
Looks brand new. Can't be the one used on the body.
J'aime bien ces petits détails inutiles qui font réaliste, puisque quand tu vas observer une scène de crime dans la vraie vie, tu vas trouver des trucs inutiles. Tu vas trouver des petites bouteilles. Tu vas trouver des petites bouteilles qui... Ah, oh, excusez-moi. Des petites bouteilles qui sont inutiles, qui font pas partie de l'enquête, qui étaient là bien avant. Ok, je vais tout faire comme ça. Je peux pas bouger tout en bas, ce qui paraît logique en fait. Oh, le Bamba Club.
The Bamba Club? Why steal a table lighter?
Parce que les gens voleraient n'importe quoi. Oh. Chose intéressante par ici. Pas du tout en fait.
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Non, pas du tout. C'est aussi des papiers inutiles. T'en verras, ils sont des scènes de crime.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
What can you tell me about the shoe prints? Men's size 8s. Pinker lifted impressions for me to compare back at the lab.
La 41 c'est pas moi les gars. Je fais du 43. Donc on peut me retirer de la liste des suspects. La traînée de sang, il n'y a pas observé? Genre. On va aller observer le corps. J'espère que je vais pas me faire cancel par Twitch. C'est un jeu vidéo les gars.
Could be the head injuries. She has been badly stomped. The cuts look superficial. I'll know for sure.
What caused the blunt force injury to the face?
Could be anything from a baseball bat to a lug wrench. I'll have more details after the autopsy.
Je peux la toucher comme ça là, sans gants, rien. BD Tex.
Interesting. What about this wound on the finger?
Something removed. A ring, most likely.
C'est ce que j'allais dire,
I
ouais.
assume it was taken
On lui a peut-être retiré une bague de force. Peut-être après la mort. Parce que les marques sont différentes. Quand les blessures post-mortem. Ok, donc on est d'accord que j'ai tout vu. Il n'y a rien d'autre à regarder, on dégage.
What's the writing on the victim mean?
BD, Black Dahlia, Tex. Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or it could be the killer's trying to throw you off the scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
From the temperature, I'd say after midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
Can we get to the Bamba? A man could die of thirst in a case like this.
Oh punaise. Ah ouais, le manque de respect. Là je suis en train de regarder s'il manque pas quelque chose. J'ai l'impression que non. Oh, vas-y, vas-y. Je vais conduire, je te propose. Attends, mon pote, t'as interrogé les gens autour? Viens d'y penser, il y a le mec qui voulait interroger les gens. Il l'a fait ou pas?
Out of the way. This report doesn't need a dozen pictures of your pinstripe
Never the same,
ass.
are they?
Visiblement non. J'ai demandé d'interroger le voisinage, mais il n'y a rien. Donc on va y aller. Eh bien.
The werewolf?
For my money, a copycat.
We can't rule it out. We need to work the evidence.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? A big head to hang on your wall. The caller of the decade. I've been working evidence on BD case for 6 months.
There's a difference.
Oh, yeah?
I just started working it today.
Okay, Hotshot. What's more likely? The werewolf comes back around, leaving us unknown in a corpse?
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not power over the police department as well?
Let me finish, Phelps. A guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of stewing. Or some opportunist who's been reading about the BD figures, he'll rip off the MO and get himself a freebie.
That's not totally fantastical.
You know, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for police work. There's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder. It was them, locusts.
Where do you think the werewolf killer is now?
Dead by his own hand, stationed somewhere else with the armed forces. San Quentin, another town, another country, who knows? So, Phillips, I understand you want to turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work like that, all right? A case will come and find you. Can't make it something it ain't, understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance. We would have found him.
C'est hyper loin, punaise. J'aurais dû me TP. Qui voulait faire le gars bien et tout. Ça commence à me saouler là. Enfin. On y arrive. Ouais, je vais les y arriver sur la carte. Du coup. C'est bon, on y est. Bamba Club. Oh, il y a la clim. Intéressant à savoir.
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss him. Is there anything else?
Fire away, Phelps. I'll stay here. I'm a little parched. Pour me 3 fingers of rye.
You want a tip? Refill my coffee next time, honey.
This isn't what we're looking for.
Ok. Fouillons un peu.
You going to pay for that? House officer.
That's the spirit. Pour me another.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
Oh.
We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine? Christ. Sure, I know her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
Sure, she's a regular. Celine was a lovely woman.
Ok, alors 2 secondes, je vais juste lancer à manger. Comme ça, je peux continuer de stream pendant que ça chauffe. Bon, je reviens dans 2 minutes. Excusez-moi.
Come on, detective.
Mince.
I was talking.
Oui, excuse-moi, excuse-moi.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
But she attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
Je regarde ses yeux, il esquive un peu le regard, mais bon. Est-ce qu'il ment bah, c'est qui?
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes. At around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
Oh, je veux bien.
I think this could be a great help, sir. Thank you.
Oh, succès déverrouillé, le compte est bon. Mama Club obtenait de Dick plaque d'immatriculation. Oh, c'était assez facile d'obtenir. Un nouveau volet à la victime.
Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring on the large side. Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it was before Jacob.
Il esquive avec les yeux. T'es sûr que c'est pas toi qui l'a offert?
I think you know where the ring came from, and I think you're gonna tell me.
Okay. I bought it years ago. I carried a torch for Celine in those days. Guess I always have. Her old man never knew about it.
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished. He put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
Le regard blessé, le regard baissé plutôt. On intimide.
So if it wasn't Jacob, then you probably let her out of here with the guy who killed her. How do you feel about that?
Stow the attitude, will ya? I tried to get onto Jacob. I rang him up. Asked him to come pick her up like usual. But he refused. And she picked some night to push him over the edge. I rang him back around 11:30, but got no answer.
Thanks, Mr. McCall. You've been a big
3 sur
help.
3, yes.
One more thing. Would you have an address?
J'étais pas sûr pour la dernière.
142 North Union Avenue. God knows I had to send her home in enough cabs to remember that.
Ouais, dans les taxis. C'est pas toi qui t'es bizarre. Salut Croco, comment ça va? Alors on va appeler pour la plaque d'immatriculation. Juste que je trouve le téléphone.
Let's get out of here.
Il est là.
Hey, what's the hurry? My stool was just starting to warm up nicely.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. I'll need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Please. Thanks for your help.
Eh bien mon pote. Ah, il est déjà dans la voiture. Tu sais quoi, j'en ai marre, c'est toi qui vas conduire. Et tu conduis. Ellie, tu conduis.
You can drive.
Domicile des Henry.
Where are we headed?
Domicile des Henry. Tu veux un petit topo puisque toi t'étais en train de boire?
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
A smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job with a healthy first offense record.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Betty Short would be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor, our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother. It's worse than I could ever have imagined.
Comment ça, une bonne réalité alternative? Je pense que dans le groupe, si on était un duo, je serais le Cole Phelps. Toi, tu serais mon partenaire alors. Je sais plus son nom, je vais pas mentir. Vu que c'est notre première enquête ensemble. Je ne me souviens pas de son nom. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'il y a ici? Rien à observer pour l'instant? Bon, on va rentrer, hein. On va frapper. Ah, mon ex-partenaire Zakowski va quand même me manquer. Hein. On était un très bon duo. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Il va pisser ou quoi? Il va à la porte de derrière. Pour surveiller. N'oublie pas qu'il y a eu un meurtre ici. Ah si. Non, non, il est pas mort, c'est juste que j'ai été promu. Je suis passé à la criminelle. Et du coup, j'ai changé de partenaire, je suis avec un vétéran, lui. Quelqu'un d'expérience. Et moi, c'est ma toute première enquête.
Size 9s. Above average for a lady.
Au 40 et demi, on s'approche des 41 sur la scène de crime. Non mais je suis bête. Ça peut pas être la femme qui est ici puisque la femme elle est morte. C'était elle là. C'était elle la victime. On est surtout là pour le mari.
Burglar used the pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
Alors 30$ en 1947. Ah oui, ça vaut 414$. Donc je comprends un peu qu'il n'ait pas voulu l'abîmer. Non, c'est pas ça que je voulais. Je trouve qu'on le voit souvent. C'est une marque réputée, Oxydol. Pas la première fois qu'on le voit. Costard à 414 $ alors. Ouais, mais du coup, t'as défoncé la porte, t'as cassé des preuves, peut-être. C'est vide.
Tiffany? The rest of the stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring.
Et c'est peut-être celle qu'elle avait sur elle.
Incidental.
Donc c'est-à-dire que son pote, il lui a offert des trucs vrais et son mari lui offre des trucs faux.
Regular Amelia Earhart in her day. The ring looks distinctive.
Amelia Earhart, j'ai la ref. Je crois qu'elle a disparu en plus, elle, on n'a jamais retrouvé son corps. Champagne.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
Je suis bloqué. C'est bon. Comme j'ai déjà dit, le contrôle du personnage par contre c'est pas facile. Hein. Il est un peu lourd. Quand tu tournes, il fait de grands mouvements. Pas forcément ce que tu souhaites.
It doesn't appear to be connected.
Mais bon, c'est le seul défaut du jeu en vrai. Dehors de ça, c'est excellent. Ah, tiens. Famille décédée dans un incendie. La police n'écarte pas la thèse criminelle. Voyons voir les souvenirs.
You said I had to go back, Doctor. The fires are cathartic. They allow you to confront your past.
You said the house would be empty.
Are you taking the medication I have prescribed?
You said the house would be empty. I heard them screaming.
Circumstances were unfortunate. My colleagues had made all the necessary arrangements.
You said the house would be empty. You're killing me.
The deaths were unfortunate, but you have dealt with death before. I want you to come to the clinic and we can deal with
You said the house would be empty. How can I find peace?
Ok, donc ce docteur, on le sentait pas depuis le début. Et là, on voit qu'il utilise ses patients pour faire des crimes. Parce que soi-disant, c'était censé être vide. Non, j'y crois pas. Il voulait juste se débarrasser de quelqu'un. Et voilà, il s'est occupé. Si ça se trouve, il voulait se débarrasser de ce Sheldon qu'on avait vu plus tôt. Qui était d'ailleurs un de ses anciens élèves. Même quand on l'a vu tout à l'heure, quand on l'a rencontré en vrai, qu'il était avec la star, la femme qui allait aller sur scène, qu'il l'a piqué pour qu'elle puisse aller sur scène. Tu vois bien qu'il est intéressé par quelque chose, c'est l'argent.
Optimistic, Cole.
Le problème, c'est que je ne sais plus ce que j'ai fouillé, ce que j'ai pas fouillé. Pas mentir. Comme cette maison, il y a des portes de tous les côtés. Je sais pas par où je suis passé, par où je ne suis pas passé. En tout cas, ce qui est sûr, c'est qu'il y a encore des choses à fouiller, puisqu'on a la musique d'investigation. Ah. Si tu dessoules, tu peux venir me retrouver à l'appartement 2. Ok, on a une adresse. Oh, Jacob. C'est chez Jacob.
Celine and Jacob are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband, but Jacob could give us something to go on. One of my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Donc là, c'est fini, il n'y a plus la musique.
Take all day about it, Phelps. I get nasty when I'm thirsty.
Alors attends, Phelps. Qu'est-ce que je raconte? Jacob. McCall. Mais McCall, c'est Jacob? Ou Jacob, c'est le mari? Je t'avoue que je sais plus. Interroger le voisinage, j'ai. Oh. Ah, peut-être que je devais appeler, mais vu que j'ai pas appelé, c'est lui qui a appelé. Mais un autre truc. Il y a un point bleu là-bas. Ah, c'est le voisin. Attends, je vais arriver de façon classe. Salut.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan. Jennifer Horgan. I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but...
Oui, bien sûr, t'inquiète.
Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving. But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh, my God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
Mais c'est quoi? Alors je sais qu'il y a de la violence conjugale maintenant, il y en a encore énormément. Tous les jours, il y a des femmes en France qui meurent de violence conjugale, mais bon. Franchement, à l'époque, j'ai l'impression que c'était encore plus normal, quoi. Franchement, il n'y avait pas un couple... Il n'y avait pas un couple qui tienne sans que l'homme frappe sa femme. Il n'y avait pas un couple qui ne tienne pas sans que l'homme frappe sa femme aussi. Hein. Soyons bien d'accord. N'importe quoi. Est-ce que c'est loin ou pas? Non, ça va, c'est assez proche. Oh, attends. Ah, c'est la scène de crime, mince. J'ai cru que c'était un magasin d'armes. Là, il y a un truc, mais c'est trop loin, laisse tomber. Ok, c'est pas loin, donc je peux me permettre d'y aller. Je mets la sirène parce que j'aime bien.
Jacob Henry had a violent argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
For my money, the broad keeps the house looking like that, she's probably deserved it. Skipper says bring them in.
N'importe quoi.
Keep the hacks off our backs for a while.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you've come to your senses, Cole.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is.
All units, officer detail, 211 and shots fired.
Vol à main armée avec coup de feu? C'est où? C'est là? Mais si c'est là, moi j'y vais pas. Hein. Écoute, il y a vraiment des endroits. Je ne suis jamais allé, quoi. Là, j'y suis jamais allé. Peut-être que je vais... Plus tard dans l'histoire, je vais être transféré à Wilshire. Parce que c'est vrai qu'on a toujours traîné de ce côté. Pour l'instant. Beaucoup de points d'interrogation. Je suppose que c'est des voitures, ouais, des véhicules cachés. Beaucoup de choses à faire. Ouh là là là. Attention à ta conduite, Lucas. Je suis là, les gars.
Okay, Phelps, we go in hard. You follow my lead.
Ça marche, Croco.
Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Je te remercie d'être passé. Je te remercie pour le leurre et bon appétit.
You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Oh, attends, on n'est pas sûr, hein.
Celine? Save the dramatics for RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about?
Ouais, interrogeons d'abord.
Take
Oh,
a
il est fou, lui.
seat, Mr. Henry. We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus.
Ben oui.
I'm sorry.
Le mec, vous êtes en état d'arrestation directe, quoi. Il en a rien à faire.
I get even the slightest hint that you're a flight risk, pal.
Ok, ici, il n'y a rien qu'on puisse ouvrir. Ah, j'ai l'impression qu'on peut le lire, ce truc. Ah. Oh!
You think the atmosphere's thick in here? Wait till you try the gas chamber.
Mais... Thanks for the offer. I need you to do something about my wife. Ok. Non mais... Le problème c'est qu'en fait tu le contrôles pas. T'appuies juste sur A et après il fait son truc. Moi j'aimerais bien qu'on reste appuyé sur A et après on contrôle avec le stick. C'est bizarre qu'ils aient des appartements distincts quoi. La maladie de l'alcoolisme.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
Non, je vais pas lui parler tout de suite. Oh, il s'apprête à partir. Du combien?
Size 11s.
Ah, c'est beaucoup quand même. C'est une grande différence avec le 41. Après, ça ne veut pas dire qu'il n'est pas impliqué. On sait qu'il a envoyé un message, mais pas du 41. Et puis il pouvait être là aussi, mais il n'y a pas eu de ses marques. Il n'y a pas eu ses empreintes. Il y a juste son complice.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
Alibi du mari, tiens. Mais je pense que là, on peut pas vraiment... Il faut intimider juste.
We get the impression that Celine liked to live the glamorous life. How did she end up with a hump like you, Jacob?
Celine was one of the first woman pilots. She hung out with movie stars and royalty. But when she came back here broke and struggling, she married a mechanic. Put a roof over her head, food on the table. Not glamorous, but the best I could do. I'm not ashamed about that.
Ok, mais du coup, est-ce que c'était la bonne chose à dire? Dernier contact avec la victime.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
On sait qu'il l'a frappé. Il dit la vérité du coup, mais est-ce qu'on doit lui mentionner qu'il l'a frappé? On va appuyer. Mais non, c'est pas ça que je voulais.
Why would I do that, detective?
C'est pas ça que je voulais. Par contre, menace de mort.
My wife was a drunk.
J'ai fait n'importe quoi.
There was a sickness with her. Doesn't mean I didn't love her. Would you stop loving your wife if she was unwell?
No, I wouldn't.
Ouais, c'était une mauvaise réponse là, mais de fou.
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
Alors attends. Bah là je vais peut-être lui devoir montrer les menaces de mort. Attends.
I don't believe you, Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to do it yourself, so you had someone else do it.
You want to back that up with something, Big Mouth?
Ouais, ouais, t'inquiète. Commence pas à me répondre là, le mécanicien. Je vais m'énerver. C'est là que j'aurais dû utiliser la menace de mort. Avant, je devais utiliser autre chose. Je suis dégoûté.
Truth is, I was sick to death of her. I was trying to have her committed.
Alibi.
So you can prove that you came back here after you left your wife's place.
I came back here. I was here all night. Start work at 6:30. I'm not the going out type.
Bah là j'ai pas vraiment de preuves hein. Ah bah il esquive avec les yeux.
Tucked up in bed while someone was out there beating your wife's brains out. That's all you've got?
Talk to the bartender at the Bomba Club. He'll tell you he called here last night and I answered the phone.
We're still gonna need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
Ok.
Punaise, j'avais oublié la touche pour entrer en mode combat. Mais... Comment on tape? Ah, c'est... Ah, ok, pour taper. Il fallait s'en souvenir. On combat tellement rarement au corps à corps que j'ai totalement oublié comment on faisait.
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
Non mais t'as cherché aussi. Pas se mentir, t'as cherché. Il est où le téléphone? C'est lui? Non. C'est pas ça que je voulais.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Vas-y.
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers.
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench.
C'est ce que j'allais dire, ouais.
So the cause of death was the blunt...
No, the blows to the head not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doctor. Operator, give me R&I.
Ok, attends. Parce qu'on a des choses à dire. Parce que j'allais dire, un objet métallique, ben on a un mécanicien là, ça peut être dans ses outils. Et en plus, voilà, le fait qu'il se soit acharné sur la tête, que il lui ait donné des coups de pied ensuite, qu'il lui a brisé les côtes et tout, et en plus qu'ils les ont tués carrément, qu'il l'a tué carrément. Les coups de pied ont tué. C'est pour montrer comme c'était violent. On peut se dire que c'est une personne qui la connaît. Parce qu'en général, voilà, si c'est un meurtre de sang-froid, si c'est une personne qui avait juste envie de tuer pour voir ce que ça faisait, si c'est une personne qui cambriolait et ça s'est mal passé ou quoi, voilà, c'est... Tu tues et dès que t'as tué, c'est tout. Mais quand t'as des affaires où il y a genre 27 balles, etc., c'est une personne qui connaissait. Donc logiquement, ça devrait être une personne qui connaît. Mais là, on voit que la personne elle avait des penchants sexuels bizarres. Ça peut être aussi quelqu'un qui, voilà, un agresseur sexuel, on va dire, pour pas utiliser le mot en V, que Twitch aime pas. Ça pouvait être un agresseur sexuel, mais pourquoi il s'est acharné autant sur la victime avant pour la tuer? C'est bizarre. Salut Fata, comment ça va?
Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Ok.
Thanks. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
Ok.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
And where
On va à
exactly
l'appartement
are
de
we going?
Mendez avant d'aller au commissariat.
Carruthers said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
Ah, mais
I
lui, il me
imagine that
saoule, c'est
Neanderthal
vraiment,
routine is a
c'est
big
vraiment un
hit with
bof.
the
hein.
ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're gonna get.
Mais bon. Cole lui a dit exactement pareil. Hein. Ton numéro d'homme de Néandertal. Par contre, je vois les notifs de trophées sur mon téléphone. C'est vrai que les trophées, ils tombent vite. Hein. Il y a 2 jours, j'ai eu 7 trophées durant le stream. Là, j'en ai déjà eu plusieurs. Alors, par contre, le numéro de l'appartement, j'ai oublié. Comment je peux ouvrir mon truc? Bah, je peux pas, visiblement. Écoute, on va frapper. À une au hasard, il me dira. Mais il veut pas que je frappe. Au pire, il y a une porte dorée. Il y aura une porte dorée à l'endroit où je dois aller. Hein. Une poignée dorée à l'endroit où je dois aller.
Don't bother knocking, just kick the door in.
Ah.
Take a look around and see what you can find.
Comment il sait qu'il y a personne? Il est fort, hein. Expérience.
No.
C'est quoi ça, c'est des œufs? Bah ouais. Qu'est-ce que je m'en fous?
Don't think this is anything.
Ah, il y a autre chose, attends. Bon, je pense que ça sert à rien non plus, mais bon, autant regarder. Attends, laisse-moi les fouiller, moi. Ah, attends, ça a vibré. Un truc à regarder ici.
Nothing significant.
Mais ce truc à regarder est inutile. Oh.
I don't
Mais bon.
think so.
Ouais, la victime n'a pas de blessure par balle. Oh. Là, par contre, c'est intéressant. Rouge à lèvres.
Brothers
Quand
can
on a
match
trouvé
the
notre
color
homme.
and brand of the body.
Arme en métal. Eh ben, c'est pas... Dans ce jeu, ils sont pas très intelligents, les criminels. Hein. Ils laissent les armes du crime chez eux, les objets volés, etc. Pas les plus intelligents.
Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed.
C'est bon, on a trouvé. Hein. Je pense qu'il y a plus aucun doute. Hein.
We have the murder weapon. We better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these
Bah ouais.
clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Hey, what gives? LAPD, you're under arrest.
On va devoir le poursuivre.
Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Mendez, stop right there!
Let's go.
You don't need to do this, Alonzo!
Ah, il prend la voiture. Oh oui, on va se régaler dans la voiture. Let's go. Oh oui, on enchaîne les deux, ça c'est cool. Casse-toi. Let's go. Ah, punaise, je l'ai pas eu.
Hit it. Clean this asshole off the
Mais il est
road.
cool. Bah ouais, mais les gars, faut dégager du milieu. Ah, je peux pas les esquiver aussi. Désolé.
I got an idea. Get him next to my window, Cole.
Non, y a pas besoin.
Keep me alongside his vehicle and I'll stop the son of a bitch.
Give it up, LAPD!
Il me demande de lui permettre de tirer alors qu'on est dehors, alors que je viens de détruire sa voiture. Par contre, on a tué quelqu'un sur le chemin, quoi. Un pauvre innocent. Ou en tout cas, on lui a foncé dedans. Ouais, je pense qu'il n'y a pas besoin de dire beaucoup, hein. Après, ça peut toujours être un coup fourré, hein. Mais bon. Visiblement non, c'était bien lui.
It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution.
Je suis d'accord, mais bon, est-ce que c'est vraiment lui?
And the press of this city demand it.
Ben, je suis que débutant, hein, j'ai pas le droit de boire avec eux. 18 sur 19, il me manque un indice. Blessure, il y a quelqu'un de blessé. Ouais, oh là là. Oh là là. 1050, c'est horrible. Question correcte, 4 sur 7, c'est nul. Bah ouais, Jacob, il est toujours en cellule. On fait comment? Parce que le problème... On aurait peut-être dû aller en cellule avant. Ah bah oui. Qu'est-ce que je suis bête. Enfin, je suis bête, je le savais pas. Moi, je pensais qu'on allait aller voir... je crois qu'il s'appelle Alfonso. On allait l'arrêter. On allait le ramener au poste. Et on allait discuter avec les deux. Mais non, en fait, il fallait que j'aille au poste avant. Comme ça, j'aurais vu qu'il est innocent. Je l'aurais libéré. et je serais allé chez Alfonso, je l'aurais arrêté et voilà. Mais bon, je pouvais pas savoir ça. Ça, c'est un truc pour une deuxième run. Ces notes, elles t'apprennent si tu veux faire la meilleure deuxième run. Mais ouais, moi, je sais pas pourquoi, je sens qu'à la fin, on va le trouver, le loup-garou, et en fait, c'est... Ça se trouve, Alfonso, il est même pas méchant. Ça se trouve, c'était un coup monté. Il y a quelqu'un qui est venu poser les affaires là-dedans, parce qu'on n'est toujours pas avancé sur le cambriolage non plus. À moins que Alfonso, il a juste récupéré la femme, il l'a tuée, puis il est allé chez elle la cambrioler. Ça, c'est possible aussi. Enfin, s'il voulait aller chez elle, il y serait pas allé par effraction, il aurait volé les clés. C'est vrai que... Beaucoup de questions pour cette affaire. La criminelle, on se pose plus de questions que... La criminelle, on se pose plus de questions que la circulation. Le papillon doré. Les femmes, elles ont toutes un peu la même tête quand même. Hein. Encore? C'est exactement le même. Punaise. Si j'avais dit Alfonso, c'était pas le tueur.
Got it, Skipper. Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
What have we got?
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hacks are all over it. Captain's trying to fend them off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence. Skipper wants you to have your newspaper face on, college boy. I think I know the place where they found the lady. It overlooks Sunset Boulevard.
Punaise. Encore. Je te parie qu'elle est déshabillée, qu'il y a des marques sur son corps, des écritures, etc. Punaise. Et ouais, on est sur le loup-garou. On est sur ce tueur en série. Et on a fait une erreur, je pense. Bon, en tout cas, moi je vais m'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui. Ça fait presque, encore une fois, 2h45 de stream. Avec Elle est Noire, on n'a jamais fait en dessous de 2h45. On est vraiment... dès que t'es plongé dans une affaire, t'es à fond dedans. C'est justement pour ça que j'arrête dès maintenant, pour pas arrêter au milieu d'une affaire. Alors, je ne sais pas si on va se retrouver demain. Puisque demain, dès 10h, je suis occupé. Donc je vais voir si j'ai un peu de temps avant 10h, mais c'est pas sûr. Sinon, on se retrouve lundi matin vers 9h, comme d'habitude, pour continuer. En tout cas, je vous remercie de m'avoir suivi. Je vous remercie Tonton, Asmodius, Croco et Fata d'être passés. Je vous souhaite une bonne journée à tous. Et à la prochaine.